Welcome to Intuitive Flow, hosted by me, Mikaela, intuitive energy healer and mindset mentor. You've landed in the space you need to be to hear the no bullshit truth about how to actually manifest the life that you crave. This is the podcast that's here to shake you awake. It's time to unapologetically step into the woman you came here to be, the one who effortlessly attracts everything she desires. Let's flow. Hey guys, welcome back to Intuitive Flow with Mikaela. In today's episode, I'm going to give you an example from my mini intuitive reads class, Quantum Leaping Over Obstacles, where I helped a client work through the reason of why she was an energetic match for her to have a herniated disc in her back, obviously. So you might be wondering, maybe you're new here and you might be wondering, like, what the heck does she mean energetic match? What the heck does she mean quantum leaping over obstacles? Okay, well, here's the situation. The reason that I named this class Quantum Leaping Over Obstacles is because I am looking at your reflections, and a lot of people see reflections as quote unquote blocks. Now, I hate the word blocks because when I think of a block, I think of something that is like you're not able to move around. You're not able to walk through, right? Whereas when I think of an obstacle, I see and think of me being able to go through like an obstacle course. Like, yeah, there might be some things in the way, but it's absolutely nothing that I cannot walk through or work through and make it to the other side of, right? What a reflection is a gift or multiple gifts from your higher self that help you get on your highest timeline in life by showing you where your energy is not in alignment with what you desire to have or where you desire to be in life. So I will give you an example of my own reflection really quickly. I have a bunch of broken nails right now. And yeah, the girl didn't do a great job. Also, they're like a month old, and I don't want to get them done yet because I'm waiting until like right before Bryson and I's engagement photo shoot. But the reason that I am an energetic match for all of these broken nails is a broken nail is like anything on your fingers is like, or in nails is like the strength and details. So there are one or more areas of my life. There are 8 total areas of our lives where I am struggling to feel supported when it comes to the details in my life. There are so many other reflections that I could share with you. I just was like looking at my nails and I was like, oh my God, like this is so bad. But like I said, I'm waiting until like Saturday, and then our engagement shoots on Tuesday. So I'll give you another reflection. This one's like popping up because it had something to do with like me before I met Bryson. When I was still dating, I had met this guy, and I remember being like so elated about meeting this guy. And when I kind of probably was like 3 weeks, 4 weeks into it, so like not even a month of dating this person, seeing this person like maybe once a weekend, I would see him and then I would not see him. And then when I would not see him, he was terrible at texting me back. He always used the excuse of like, well, I'm really busy, blah, 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 right? Like looking back on all of the signs, like, hello, Mikaela, you're dumb. But you live and you learn again and again and again until you actually learn. He was a big fucking reflection in and of itself. It was like this whole, like, we all know here that the universe is going to consistently give you lessons over and over and over again until you like learn the lesson. Okay, well, he was like the last time I had to like actually learn this lesson before I was like, okay, I get it now. Like I'm fucking done. And then I met Bryson. So yay. But with that being said, I remember when we were kind of like in the newer, we only dated for like 2-3 months in this time, but in the first month, I was like super elated. And I kept on like checking my phone, like checking my phone. Like, has he texted me yet? Has he texted me yet? Has he texted me yet? Right. And I wasn't putting myself first. I wasn't prioritizing myself, my own needs, my own happiness. I wasn't like thinking about myself. I was only thinking about him. And in that moment, I was filling up my water jugs. I have these water jugs. I drink alkaline water. And so I go to the water store and I fill up these water jugs and then I put it on my little spout thingy. And that's the water that I drink. And so I was filling these up and I put them in the back of my car and I came home and I opened up the trunk. And as I opened up the trunk, one of the bottles, like these big 5 fucking gallon bottles, just fell out of my car. The whole thing shattered. It was a mess. There was water everywhere. And another one of them I saw didn't fall, or no, did fall on the ground, but didn't like break. So I was like, oh, I think I'm good. Like, I'm just going to keep this one, put it up. So I put it up, and then I go out to somewhere with a girlfriend, and then I come back, and guess what? My whole house is flooded. At that time, I was living in a 250 square foot like studio apartment. Okay, like it wasn't a big space. So when I got home, I'm not kidding when I say like my house was like my whole floor was water. There was water everywhere. And when you drop things, like there was a couple reflections in that, but we'll just stick to the one of like when you drop things. When you drop things, when you're consistently dropping things, it's a reflection. It means that you are not prioritizing yourself. You are giving away too much of your energy, right? So that was like a big reflection there. And I knew that it was a reflection and I was in this work. I knew what it was. I was doing it. I was living it, breathing it. I actually remember like posting on Instagram and sharing about it. And also, sometimes we are like, well, all the time, we're still human. And in that moment, I was like, I am a human. And and I am just going to, like brush this off. Like I looked into it and then I did my best to put myself first, but like let's be so for real, like I was still so googly eyed over this person and I didn't actually like bring my elatedness down and like take him off of a pedestal until a couple weeks after that because I was just so elated and I needed like help seeing the bad. Like there was no bad that he could do in my eyes at that moment. Like it was just looking back on it so innocent and so funny. And you guys, I'm going to kind of like go into we're about to switch like the era that we are in to becoming your own dream person. I know that I've been talking about this and in those episodes I'm going to give you guys like all of my dating tricks, like telepathy and dating, like all of these really cool things that I did while I dated. Also like reflections I learned about and things that I learned about myself in dating. Like the difference between a soulmate and a twin flame and soul complement. Like there's going to be so many things that we learn in this next era and I couldn't be more excited. But I digress. That is coming. So stay tuned. Real quick, I have to share something super exciting. I am holding another Quantum Leaping Over Obstacles, my mini intuitive read masterclass, where you have the opportunity to ask me any question regarding life, money, career, whatever, relationships, where we will be decoding these signs from your higher self that you are seeing as obstacles or blocks in your life right now. I'm going to intuitively channel why it's happening and give you the exact energetic and physical tools slash steps that you need to quantum leap you towards what you are actually desiring to create, have, and to be on your highest timeline in life. This masterclass is happening on September 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. It is a Saturday. I am hosting this masterclass. I am so excited about it, and I cannot wait to see you inside. If you have any questions, the details are in the show notes below. If you have been stuck in patterns, waiting for life to get easier, feeling like you can never catch a break, this class is for you. And it's like getting 8 mini intuitive reads in one read for the small price of $149. And these classes can be up to 2 hours long, full of tools and insight and the clarity that you have been looking for. So if you are feeling called to this class, make sure you check out the show notes below and claim your spot. Let's get back into today's episode. Going back into that, like, reflections. Okay. So like I gave you guys an example of one of my own reflections. So oftentimes we think that like these obstacles or these inconveniences that happen are just like whatever, like they're just like inconveniences. They're exactly what they are. But the reality of the situation is that they are gifts. They are signs from our higher selves. Now, we create these signs. I think a lot of people get this misunderstood where they're like, oh, the universe, God, source is against me. And that's not the case. Like, you're not that special. Like, they have bigger and better things to do. It's your higher self. I think of your higher self as the babysitter, and your higher self is always trying to keep you in check. And how they do that is by getting your attention the only fucking way they know that they can, because you are a human. And most of us, like, don't know how to, I didn't for a really long time, but like most of you guys don't know how to decode the signs. And life can feel really quote unquote hard because you don't understand why everything is happening to you all at once, or everything is just happening, period. Right. So in what I do inside of quantum leaping over obstacles is I look at whatever it is that you're going through that's simply not the vibe, and I will decode the message, get to the root cause, figure out why you are an energetic match for the thing to be happening for you. And then I will give you the exact physical and energetic tools that you need to shift, not be an energetic match for the situation, and then quantum leap into a new timeline. Now, what do I mean by quantum leap into a new timeline? Well, quantum leap, like the quantum field, all possibilities exist in this quantum field, right? Like all timelines exist on this quantum field. And the best way, my favorite way to explain this is I want you guys to think of a radio station. Okay. This radio station you're listening to, you've got the songs on, or the song on that you're listening to, and like the next song comes on and you don't like the song. What the fuck are you going to do? You're going to do what? You're going to change the channel, right? You're going to change the frequency of the radio station to tune into a different channel. Okay. All of the other channels, the channel that you tuned into, the new channel, they all exist. They never stopped existing. They don't just go away, right? They're still there. And just because those are there, but you're tuned into this one station, that means that if you don't like the station or the song you're listening to on that station, that you can just change the channel and step into a new station. The quantum field is the same thing as the radio station. All possibilities always exist. Like this world that we live in, I can go down a whole rabbit hole with this, but like we're living in a simulation. There's multiple timelines. We're not the only like entities on earth and in this realm. There's so much, right, that we don't know, that the human eye cannot see. But bottom line is that if you don't like your current reality, you are capable of changing it. All you need to do is change your frequency. Maybe right now your frequency is operating at a lower vibration, and all you need to do is up that frequency. And this isn't by toxic positivity, right? We're not talking like toxic positivity here, but we're talking like just raise your frequency. Things that you could do to raise your frequency. Let's see here. Gratitude, love, and just like living your best life, like doing what lights you up, like doing work that lights you up. That's going to raise your frequency. That's going to make you a lot more happy. Being grateful for what you do have, that's going to make you more happy. That's going to shift your mind from thinking about all the negatives in your life, right, to thinking about what you're grateful for. That changes the frequency, that ups it. I mean, I've talked to you guys about like seeing the good and the bad, okay, and the bad and the good. There's everything's in balance. I understand it's equal. I understand that there's a universal law of polarity, meaning that everything is equal parts good and bad, but it's your perception. So like, can you find the good in it? Okay. That's going to help you raise your frequency. Okay. So that's what the quantum field is. That's my favorite way to explain it. That's what reflections are. And inside I did like a free, like little class where I just looked at the root cause of this reflection, whatever reflection that the person, the client in the class was experiencing. And this woman came to me with a herniated disc. She said, I want to know why I have a herniated disc. Like, what's the root cause? And when I intuitively looked in, and what I do is I look into her energy and her thought field. I see what's going on in her energy, her thought field, her creator field that's like making her a match for this thing. Whatever is in your energy field, your thought field is not the ultimate truth. It's just what is going on repeat in your mind. Okay. So, and what's going on on repeat in your mind is what creates your physical reality. Okay. So that's what I mean by like, that's what's making you an energetic match. So the thought that was making her an energetic match for this herniated disc is, I am not supported. And because she had this going on for so long, and we got to the root cause of this, which was in childhood and in the family area of life. And we got to the root cause of that. And then I explained to her that it's because she just doesn't feel supported. She's not seeing how she's supported in her family area of life. So she was not feeling supported in the family area of life. She's also felt like she's always had to do everything on her own. And this was since she was a kid. And she wasn't seeing how she's actually very supported because she was so focused on the area of life where she wasn't supported, that her higher self orchestrated a situation for her to experience a herniated disc and then have to be lying in bed and having her husband and her family take care of her and help her and support her in a time of need, right? So I did not give, because this was a free class, like I just got to the root cause and the reason why she was like an energetic match. But what I do inside of Quantum Leaping Over Obstacles is channel straight from your higher self the energetic and the physical tools to shift out of this, to not be an energetic match for the thing that's simply not the vibe, to heal a lot faster, and to quantum leap you into the new reality. And in her case, this would be to not experience the herniated disc anymore, to heal a lot faster than she would if she weren't to do these steps, these tools that I can channel for her. So, and that's like a body element, like, right? Like the reflections popping up in her body, but the root cause is in the family area of life. And that's what's so cool about this work, you guys. So if this sounds like something that you would be down to join, I have 5 spots left. And I would love to see you inside. It's this Saturday, the 13th at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys today. Thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope you have an incredible week. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode of Intuitive Flow with Mikaela Falar. If this lit something up inside of you, make sure you hit that follow button so you never miss another episode. We have new episodes coming out every week. If you love what you heard, drop a 5-star rating and review, or share it with a family member or friend so that this podcast can grow and help more women rise. For more on self-love, self-image, intuition, and manifestation, come hang out with me on Instagram or TikTok at Mikaela Falar. The links are all in the show notes below. And as always, we will chat soon.